Hi everyone, hope you all are good. So, today we are going to start with Grade 5 Maths. So, you can find all the topics on aplusstudents.com. Then you have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then select Math from the Subject tab. Then scroll down to Grade 5 Maths. Click on View All Lessons. And we are working on the Chapter 2, that is Divide Decimals. So please follow the instructions and go to aplusstudents.com. Log in there using your email address and password. Then select the math from the subject tab. Then scroll down to grade 5. Then find a lesson that is divide decimals, a chapter that is divide decimals. And we are going to start with the topic division with decimal quotients and rounding. So let's start with the topic division with decimal quotients and rounding. So let's start with examples. Okay, so we have to divide and then we have to round the answer to the nearest 10. So you have to divide 357 by 4. Got it? So to round the answer, we need to know the hundreds place. Add zeros after the decimal point in the number you are dividing until you get to the hundreds place. Because we have to round off the number to the nearest tenth place, so we have to add the extra zeros to the till the hundreds place. Got it? So this is two extra zeros. Got it? Now let's start dividing. So just look at the first digit. First digit is 3. 3 is less than the divisor 4, so we have to make the other digit to make it 35. Now you have to count the table of 4 until you get 35 or a number that is less than 35. Got it? So start counting the table of 4. 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, 4 times 5 is 20, 4 times 6 is 24, 4 times 7 is 28, and 4 times 8 is 32, 4 times 9 is 36. 36 is greater than 5. We can go for 32. So 4 times 8 is 32. Okay, just subtract them. 5 subtract 2 is 3, and 3 subtract 3 is 0. Now bring the 7 down. Now you have to count 4 until you get 37 or a number that is less than 37. Got it? So here you have 4 times 9 is 36. 4 times 10 is 40. So you can go for 4 times 9, that is 36. So just count 4 times 9 is 36. 7 subtract 6 is 0. Now here you have a decimal point. So just put a decimal point over here. Sorry, 7 subtract 6 is 1, not 0. So now you need to bring the 0 down. Got it? Now count the table of 4 until you get 10 or a number that is less than 10. So we can go for 4 times 2. 4 times 2 is 8. So 10 subtract 8 is 2. You have another 0 that is at the hundredths place. Bring the 0 down. So 4 times 5 is 20. And 20 subtract 20 is 0. Got it? So you have 89.25. You have to write the answer to the nearest tenth. So you have to round off this digit. Just at the 10th, this digit is at the 10th place. Just look at the digit right after this one. You have 5. 5 is equal to 5. That means you have to round up, add 1 to this digit, so it would be 89.3. Got it? That means when you divide 357 by 4 and round the number to the nearest tenth, it is 89.3. Got it? Make sure you have your notebook and pencil so that you can note down the important. You can also note down the examples. They are very helpful when you are doing the final test. Got it? Okay, let's do another example. So the other example is 127 divided by 6. Okay, so you have to again divide and round your answer to the nearest tenth. So to round your answer to the nearest tenth, you need to know the hundredths place. Got it? Add zeros after the decimal point in the number you are dividing until you get the hundredth place. So we need to add two zeros. This is the tenth place and this is the hundredths place. Got it? Okay, now let's just divide. You have to count a table of 6 until you get 12 or a number that is less than 12. So 6 times 1 is 12, 6 times 2 is 12, and 6 times 3 is 18. So we can go for 6 times 2. 6 times 2 is 12. Just subtract them. 12 subtract 12 is 0. Now bring the next digit down. Count a table of 6 until you get the answer 7 or a number that is less than 7. So 6 times 1 is 6. So 7 subtract 6 is 1. Here you have a decimal point. Just put a decimal point over here and bring the 0 down. So 6 times 1 is 6. So 10 subtract 6 is 4. Now bring the 0 down. 6 times 3 is 18. 4 is 24. 5 is 30. 6 is 36 and 7 is 42. So you can go for 6 times 6. That is 36. So 36, 40 subtract 36 is 4. So you don't need to go further because you have the answer until hundredths digit. Got it? It is 21.16. Now you have to round off the digit to the nearest tenth. Here 1 is at the 10th position. Just look at the digit right after the 10th position. 6 is greater than 5. That means you have to round up. Round up means you have to add 1 to this digit. So it is 21.2. Got it? That means when you divide 127 by 6, it will be 21.2. Got it? Okay. On the top right corner, you have a test button. Just click on the test button so that we can do practice questions from the test. Let's just start with the test. Okay, so let's start with test. Okay, divide round your answer to the nearest tenth. You have to divide 40 by 6. So we have to divide the right round the answer to the nearest tenth. That means we have to divide till the hundredths digit. So just add two zeros till the hundredths digit. Okay, now let's just divide 40 by 6. So 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 3 is 18. 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 times 7 is 42. So 44 is greater, so we can go for 6 times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 40 subtract 36 is 4. Now you have a decimal point over here, so just put a decimal point over here and bring the 0 down. So you have to count 6 until 40 again. So 6 times 6 is 40. 6 times 6 is 36, not 40. 40 subtract 36 is 4. Bring the next digit down. So 6 times 6 is again 36 and 40 subtract 36 is 4. Leave the answer here because we just have to divide until the hundredths digit. Got it? So you have 6.66. You have to round off the digit. So just look at it. You have because you have to round to the nearest tenth place. So this 6 is at the 10th place. Just look at the digit right after. 6 is greater than 5. That means you have to round up. Round up means add 1 to the 10th digit. So it would be 6.7. That means when you divide 40 by 6 and you round off the answer to the 10th digit, it would be then 6.7. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, just click move on to the next question. The next one is 80 divided by 3. Round your answer to the nearest 10. Again, you have to round off the answer to the nearest 10. That means you need to require to divide them by hundredths digit. Got it? So just add two zeros so that we can get the answer till the hundredths digit. Got it? Okay, let's just divide. We have to divide 8. You have to count a table of 8 until you get table of 3 until you get 8 or a number that is less than 8. 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 is greater, so we can go for 3 times 2. Got it? 8 subtract 6 is 2. Bring the next digit down. Now you have to count a table of 3 until you get 8, 20 or a number that is less than 20. 3 times 4 is 12, 3 times 5 is 15, 3 times 6 is 18, 3 times 7 is 21. 21 is greater, so you can go for 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 20 subtract 18 is 2. Here you have a decimal point, so just put a decimal point over here and bring the 0 down. So again, you can go for 3 times 6 is 18 and 20 subtract 18 is 2. Bring the 0 down. Again, 3 times 6 is 18. Now you have the answer till the hundredths digit. So you don't need to go forward. Got it? So just round off the number to the nearest 10th. So this digit is at the 10th position. So just look at the number right after this digit. It is 6. 6 is greater than 5. That means you have to round up. Round up means you need to add 1 to this digit. It would be then 26.7. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, let's do another example. So now the next one is divide round your answer to the nearest 10th. You have to divide 296 by 3. 296 by 3. Okay, you have to count a table of 3 until you get 29 or a number that is less than 29. So we can go for 3 times 9 is 27. So let's go 3 times 9 is 27 because you need to write the answer till the hundredths digit. So write the extra zeros over here. Got it? So 29 subtract 27 is 2 and bring the next digit down, that is 6. Now you need to count the number table of 3 until you get 26 or a number that is less than 26. So which number we can go for? We can go for 3 times 8 is 26. 3 times 8 is 24. Okay, 6 subtract 4 is 2 and 2 subtract 2 is 0. You have a decimal point over here, just put a decimal point over here and bring the 0 down. So you have to count down table of 3 until you get the 20. So 3 times 6 is 18. 20 subtract 18 is 2. Bring the next bring this here, you have this one and then you have to bring the 0. So 3 times 6 is 18. So 18 sub 20 subtract 18 is 2. You don't need to go forward because you have the answer until the hundredths digit. You just need to round off them. 98.66. So you just have to round off them. So you have to round the answer till the 10th digit. So it is the digit that is after the 10th position is 6. So 6 is greater than 5. So you have to round up. Round up means you need to do 98.6. Sorry, 98.7. You have to add 1 to this digit. So it would be 98.7. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, so you can complete the test right after the session. I'm moving on to the next topic. Got it? Just click on the back button. So for the next topic you have, it is division with decimal quotients and rounding. So it's a practice question. So I have practice questions for you. Just note down the practice questions. I'll wait for a while so that you can do practice questions later today. Right? Okay, let me write them down on board. 289 divided by 68. You can note down the questions. 289 divided by 6. You have to divide them and round the answer to the nearest tenth. So just note down the questions so that you can do the practice questions right after the session. Got it? So 289 divided by 6, 150 divided by 145.00 divided by 7, 354 divided by 9, 276 divided by 4, 321 divided by 2, and 427 divided by 5. Please note down these the practice questions so that you can do the practice question right after this session. Got it? I'll wait for a while. Be quick, please. Okay, let's start with the next topic is the final test for the chapter divide decimal. So let's start with the divide. If you need more help with the topics, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday 5 to 9. Got it? You can find these topics on aplusstudents.com. Then you have to go to grade 5 maths. You have to scroll down to chapter divide decimals. There you can find division with decimal, quotients and rounding. Got it? Okay, divide, give the exact answer written as a decimal. The first question on the final test. Maybe you have different questions. Got it? Let's start with 34 divided by 5. So just divide 5 by. So you can go for 5 times 6 is 30. And right after 34 subtract 30 is 4. So just put a decimal point over here and a 0 over here. So bring the 0 down. So 5 times 8 is 40, and 40 subtract 40 is 0. That means the exact answer is 6.8. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay. The next one is divide round your answer to the nearest tenth. Okay, that's the one that's from this topic we just did. Got it? You have to divide and you have to round off the answer to the nearest tenth. So 721.3. So because we have to round the answer to the nearest tenth, that means we have to divide them by hundredth digits. Got it? So let's add the zeros till the hundredth digit. So you have two zeros then. So you can go for 3 times 2 is 6. 7 subtract 6 is 1. Bring the next digit down. Now you have to count a table of 3 until you get 12. So 3 times 4 is 12, and 12 subtract 12 is 0. Bring the next digit down. So 1 is less than 3. You cannot divide. So you have to put a 0 over here and you need to bring the next digit down. And before the next digit, you have a decimal point. Got it? Now you have to count 3 times 3 is 9. 10 subtract 9 is 1. Bring the next digit down. So 3 times 3 is 9. You don't need to go forward because you have to round the answer. You have to write the answer until the hundredth digit. Got it? Just round off the number. So it is 44.33. This digit is at the 10th position. 3 is less than 5. You have to round on the same digit. That means you have to round on 240.3. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next question is again the same one. Divide, give the exact answer written as. Okay, we have to write the exact answer. You don't need to um, round off them. Just divide 51 by 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. 5 subtract 4 is 1. Bring the next digit down. 2 times 5 is 10. Put a decimal point over here and a 0 over here. So 2 times 5 is 10. So the exact answer is 25.5. Got it? Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is divide. Round the answer to the nearest tenth. You have to divide 80 by 3. So divide the 80 by 3. So you have to count a table of 3 until you get 8. So 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6. You can go for 3 times 2. So 3 times 2 is 6. So 8 subtract 6 is 2. Just bring the next digit down. Now you have to count the table of 3 until you get 20. So 3 times 6 is 18. So you have to write the answer to the nearest 10. So just add the two zeros because you have to divide them by the hundreds place. So 18 subtract 20 subtract 18 is 2. Bring the 0 down. Again you have to count the table of 3 until you get 20. So 3 times 6 is 18. 20 subtract 18 is 2. You need to bring the 0 down. Again you have to divide them. 3 times 6 is 18 and 20 subtract 18 is 2. You don't need to go for to divide because you have to find the answer until the hundreds 10th digit. So this digit is at the 10th position. So here I have 6. 6 is greater than 5. That means you have to round up, just add 1 to the digit that is at the 10th place. So the answer is 26.7. Got it? Okay, the next one is divide and give the exact answer written as a decimal. So you have to divide 644. You don't need to round off them. Just divide a 644 by 8. So you have to count a table of 8 until you get 64. We have 8 times 8 is 64. Got it? It would be 0. Bring the next digit down. We cannot divide them. We cannot divide 4. We need to bring the single digit, so we need to bring the next digit down also on the same step. So you have to add a 0 over here and right after a decimal point. Now you have to count 8 times 5 is 40. So 40 subtract 40 is 0. So the exact answer is 80.5. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. So I'm moving on to the next topic. You can complete the test by yourself later today. If you need more help with the topic, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Got it? So just click on the back button so that we can on the next lesson. So we have done with this chapter. That means we're going to start with the next chapter, and the next chapter is ratios, proportions, and percents. Let's start with chapter 3. That is ratios, proportions, and percents. Got it? We're going to start chapter 3, that is ratios, proportions, and percents. You can find these lessons on aplusstudents.com, and you have to log in there using your email address and password. Then you have to scroll down to grade 5 maths, and you have to click on view all lessons. There you can find a chapter that is ratios, proportions, and percents, and we're going to start with the very first lesson, that is ratio tables. So let's start with the first topic, that is ratio tables. Okay, so you are given with the tables, you have to find a ratio between them and you have to complete them. Let's do an example. We are given with a table, complete the ratio table. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 1, 2. Okay, you have the table and the missing values. You have to find the missing value. Okay, so basically you have to find the ratios between both the tables. Got it? So the first one, start with the very first one, that is 10. Let's suppose you have 10 ratio 1. Got it? So write the ratio as a fraction. So it would be then 10 by 1. Multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number to find an equivalent ratio. So you have to find the equivalent ratio for this one. So just multiply and divide them by 4. Got it? Multiply them 4 by 4, because they are 1, 2, 3. They are on the fourth position. So just multiply and divide them by 4 by 4. So it would be then 10 times 4 is 40 and 40 times 1 is 4. That means the answer is, when you have the ratio 40, it would be then 4. That means the missing number is 4. Got it? Okay, let's do another example. We have to complete the ratio table. Okay, so it is 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. It would be 4, 8, 12, 16, and a missing number. Okay, start with 3 ratio 4. Write the ratio as a fraction. It would be 3 by 4. Multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number to find an equivalent ratio. Okay, so the number you are going to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just multiply and divide them by 5. Got it? So 5 times 3 is 15, and 5 times 4 is 20. That means here you have 15 and here you have 20. Got it? Okay, let's do. You can note down the examples. They are very important when you're doing final questions. Please note down the example. I'll wait for a while. Okay, the next one is complete the ratio table. Okay, it would be 9, 18, 36. Sorry, the missing number 36 and 45. And it would be 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Okay, start with the ratio. The first one, 9 ratio 5. Write it them as a fraction and just multiply and divide the numerator and denominator by the same number to find an equivalent. So 1, 2, 3. You have to find a third ratio. Just multiply them 3 by 3. 3 times 9 is 27 and 3 times 5 is 15. You are given with 15. That means the missing number is 27. Got it? On the top right corner, you have a test button. Just click on the test button so that we can do some of the practice questions. Okay, complete the ratio table. Okay, the first one is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And here you have 6, 12, 18, the missing number, and 30. Okay, so you have to find the missing number. Use the very first ratio, that is 1 ratio 6. Write them as a fractional form. It would be then 1 by 6. Now you have to multiply and divide the numerator by the same number. You have to divide and multiply the same number that you have to find the ratio. 1, 2, 3. You have to find the fourth ratio. So just multiply and divide them by 4 by 4. Got it? Multiply the same number with numerator and denominator. So it would be then 4 times 1 is 4 and 4 times 6 is 24. So 4 is already given. The missing number is 24. Got it? Okay, so it would be 4 over 24. Okay, so just select the correct option and move on to the next question. Okay, the next one is complete the ratio table, and the table you are given is 5, 10, the missing number 20 and 25. Here you have 9, 18, 27, 36, and 45. So you have to find the missing number. So what you have to do, you have to look at the very first ratio. It would be then 5 ratio 9. Write them as a fractional form, and you have to find 1, 2, 3. You have to find a third ratio value that is at the third ratio. So just multiply and divide the numerator by the same number, 3 by 3. 3 times 5 is 15 and 3 times 9 is 27. That means the ratio is 15 ratio 27. You are already given with 27. That means the missing number is 15. Got it? Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. The correct option is 15 and then click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is complete the ratio table. 1 and 4, the missing number and 8, 3 and 12, 4 and 16, and 5 and 20. Okay, so you have to complete the table. That's the ratio table. Just look at the first ratio. It would be 1 ratio 4. You have to write them as a fractional form. So the fractional form for this one is 1 over 4. You have to find the second ratio. So just multiply and divide them by the same numerator and denominator by the same number. That would be 2 by 2. So it is then 2 times 1 is 2 and 2 times 4 is 8. So the ratio is 2 ratio 8. You're already given 8. That means the missing number is 2. Got it? Select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay. Move on to the next question. So the next question is complete the ratio table, and the table is 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 12, 12, 16, and 15 and the missing number. Okay, just look at the first ratio, that is 3 ratio 4. So write them as a fractional form. It would be then 3 by 4. You have to find the fifth ratio, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to find the fifth ratio. So just multiply the numerator and denominator by the same number. Got it? So you have to multiply them 5 by 5. So 5 times 3 is 15 and 5 times 4 is 20. So it would be then 15 ratio 20. So you're already given 15, here you have just 20. Got it? So it would be then 15 ratio 20. Got it? Okay, select the correct option. The correct option is 20 and then click on the OK button. Okay, complete the ratio table. 8 ratio 3, the missing number ratio 6, 24 ratio 9, 32 ratio 12, and 40 ratio 15. Okay, so just look at the first ratio, 8 ratio 3. So you have to write them as a fractional form. That would be 8 times 3. You have to find the second ratio. So just multiply and divide by the same number. You have to divide them by 2 by 2. 2 times 8 is 16 and 2 times 3 is 6. It would be then 16 ratio 6. So you are already given with 6. The correct option is 16. Got it? Select the correct option and then click on the OK button. Okay, so you can complete the test right after the session. I'm just moving on to the next topic. Just click on the back button so that we can on the next topic. So if you need more help with the topic, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Got it? So that you can find the topics on aplustudents.com. So just log in there using your email address and password. Then you have to scroll down to grade 5 maths, and we are on the third chapter, that is ratios, proportions, and percent. So we're going to start with a topic that is equivalent ratios. So let's start with equivalent ratios. So we start with example. Are these ratios equivalent? You are given with two of the ratios. You need to see if they are equivalent. Got it? Okay, and the ratios are 3 by 5 and 9 by 15. So what you have to do, You have to compare two fractions to see if they are equivalent. They are 3 by 5 equal 9 by 15. So multiply, just cross multiply them. Multiply this denominator by this numerator and this denominator by this numerator. Just do 15 times 3 and equal 9 times 5. Got it? Cross multiply their numerators and denominators. The fraction of the second denominator is multiplied with the first numerator, and and you have to multiply the denominator of the first fraction with the second numerator. Got it? So just do 15 times 3 and 9 times 5. So 15 times 3 is 45 and 9 times 5 is also 45. That means yes, they are equivalent. When you have same answer, the fractions are equivalent. Got it? Okay, let's just do another question, that is, are these ratios equivalent? And the ratios are 1 to 3 and 5 to 15. So basically you have to compare two of the ratios. So when you have to compare the ratios, what you have to do, you have to just cross multiply their numerators and denominator. Multiply this denominator by numerator and numerator of this fraction, and multiply this denominator by this one. You have to do 15 times 1 and 5 times 15. So when they are equal, 15 times 1 is 15 and 15 times 3, 5 times 3 is 15. Yes, they are equal. That means the ratios are equivalent. Got it? Okay, on the top right corner you have a test button. Let's start with the test. The first one is, are these ratios equivalent? You have 2 by 4 and 12 by 16. So you have to compare them. So just cross multiply their numerators and denominator. You need to do 6 times 2 and 12 times 4. 2 times 16 equals 12 times 4. So 16 times 2 is 32 and 12 times 4 is 48. They are not equal. That means no, they are not equivalent. Select the correct option is no. Got it? Okay, this next one is, are these ratios equivalent? 1 by 4 and 5 by 20. So just cross multiply their numerators and denominator. You need to do 20 times 1, multiply this one and this one. Now you have to do 5 times 4. So 20 times 1 is 20 and 5 times 4 is 20. They are equal. That means yes, they are equivalent. Got it? Select correct option is yes. Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is, are these ratios equivalent? 3 by 5 and 9 by 15. So just multiply their numerators and denominators. So you have to compare the fractions, 3 by 5 and 9 by 15. So just cross multiply them. You have to do 15 times 3, this one and this one, and then you have to do 9 times 5. So 15 times 3 is 45 and 9 times 5 is also 45. Yes, they are equivalent. Got it? Okay, you can complete the test later today. I'm just moving on to the next topic, that is unit rates and equivalent ratios. Got it? So if you need more help with the topic, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Got it? So the next topic is unit rates and equivalent ratios. Okay, so let's start with unit rates and equivalent ratios. So find the unit rate. 12 deliveries in 2 hours. The unit rate means, in the question you are given 12 deliveries in 2 hours. That means how many deliveries in 1 hour. Got it? Unit rate is when you have to find a answer for the one thing. That means in the question you are given 12 deliveries in 2 hours. So you have to find the number of deliveries 1 hour. Got it? So what you have to do, you have to divide the total deliveries by the total time. You have to divide 12 by 2. So 12 but 2 times 6 is 12. That means you have 6 deliveries per hour, or you can say 1 hour. Got it? That is the meaning of the unit rates. Got it? Okay, the second example is 15 apartments on 3 floors. 15 apartments on 3 floors. So basically the unit rate is you have to find how many apartments are on one floor. Got it? So for this one you have to divide 15 by 3. So 15 by 3 is 5. That means you have 5 apartments per floor. That means on one floor you have 5 apartments. Got it? Okay, the other example is find the unit rate. You have 18 slices from 3 cakes. So yeah, that means you have to find how many slices do you have in one cake. Got it? Just divide 18 by 3. So 3 times 6 is 18. That means you have 6 slices on 6 slices from one cake. Got it? So you have a test button on top right corner. So just click on the test button so that you can do some of the practice questions. So if you need more help, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Got it? Go to Skype, contact any tutor if you need more help. Okay, on the test, the first question is find the unit rate 16 minutes for 4 songs. 16 minutes for 4 songs. So basically, the unit rate is you have to find how many minutes for one song. Got it? Minutes per song you have to calculate. Just divide these values. 16 divided by 4. 4 times what number is 16? 4 times 4 is 16. That means we have 4 minutes per song. For one song you have 4 minutes. Got it? So select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay. And the next one is find the unit rate 18 houses on 3 blocks. So you have to find the houses per block. Got it? So for this 18 by 3. So 3 times what number is 18? 3 times 6 is 18. That means you have 6 houses on one block. You have 16 houses. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. The correct option is 6. Okay, 10 books in two. Find the unit rate. 10 books in 2 boxes. So basically, you have to find in one box how many books do you have. Got it? So just divide 10 by 2. So 2 times what number is 10? 2 times 5 is 10. That means you have 5 books per box. In one box, you have 5 books. Got it? Select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, find the unit rate 18 stamps on 3 sheets. So you have to find how many stamps do you have on one sheet. Got it? Just divide 18 by 3. 3 times 6 is 18. That means you have 6 stamps per sheet. Got it? So the correct option is 6. Just select the correct option and click on the OK button. Okay, the next one is 12 deliveries per hour. That's the one we did on the tutorial. 12 deliveries in 2 hours. So you need to find the deliveries that would be in 1 hour. So just divide them by 12 divided by 2. 2 times what number is 12? 2 times 6 is 12. That means you have 6 deliveries in per hour or 6 deliveries in 1 hour. Got it? Okay, so you can complete the test by yourself later today. If you need more help with the topics, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Got it? So please, for more help, contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday. So you can find all these lessons on aplusstudents.com. So you have to scroll down to grade 5 maths. There you have to find that we have done two of the topics from the chapter divide decimals, and then the three of the topics from the ratios, proportions, and percents. So you can find them on A plus. Got it? So that's all for today. See you in the next class. Bye.